Then we got Oz Cobb, friend of the channel.
Something about electronics? That's weird that it was sent from an electronics place and it's the full-blown Quran. Some of you guys didn't bat an eye when I broke that Jesus VHS over my knee, but I know there's going to be a lot of people in the audience just cringing.
One last question. Did you send the skulls? What is your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I didn't send the skulls. I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that. Especially when I heard that they were like from skulls.com or some shit like that. That made it funny.
Yeah. Just like a death threat to a father, a family.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess inverse question is, what does it feel like to see people, I guess, celebrating that that a charity event might fail because you're the one who started it?
Yeah. I mean, you know, if they want to fucking blame me, again, it's fucking like, it makes me so mad because I'm like, fucking like, do and say whatever to me specifically, you know, like hurt me and my wife as much as you want, you fucking losers. But yeah, I mean, I feel like they're missing the entire point. Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
And that's where do you think that comes from? Because it was kind of an immediate coalesce around Ethan kind of thing. And I know there's a lot of like, you betrayed the community, so we're going to shit on you no matter what you do. And with each new thing you do, you're woker and more cringe and cucked than the last video. So that's going to be their thought, regardless of what you say, that's going to be thought process. But it's still, in some sense, surprises you that they're, or not surprises, maybe the word, but it's disappointing almost, or like boggles the mind that the low hanging fruit of the stuff he's saying is just being completely ignored.
I think it's probably, now that I'm giving it more thought, I think it's just like what the audience looks like. Like I talked to Hassan about this briefly. Like the fucking, like if you look at my comment section right now in the content comp, it definitely gives you. Probably, I mean, I guess I don't know, first fucking 20 are probably all like painfully average, you know, comments. But if you get into, like, if you're trying to like get an opinion, like what does the internet think about this video? You sort it by newest or whatever you want to do. You're going to walk away thinking that like the internet hates it. Like everyone hates the video. All the points were bad. I betrayed my friend. I, you know, want to make a quick buck.
So the like dislike ratio was like 100% dislikes. They say that they like
right, that. Exactly. And I don't know, like seeing things on the back end, I'm just like, I don't see it that way, but I know that other commentary channels, regular people, when they're trying to get a temperature check about how people feel about this, they're gonna like, you know, if the like dislike isn't giving them much of a vibe, they are gonna go to the comments and they are going to you know, use that as a template for how they should feel about it. Not in all cases, but you know, they want to have an understanding. They want to be tapped in, because I think a lot of people, that is like it's important. You know, I want to know what people are thinking about video, generally speaking. But I think we're in kind of a new era. Like this might be, you know, just maybe a left versus right in commentary or something. But I think there's a big force of really loud people in the comments, and they scare people away. And especially if it's brigaded fast and quickly, like within the first 24 hours of it being uploaded. There's been a lot of people to put out commentary videos about Ethan, and they go bye-bye. Like they're like, fuck this. I do not want the smoke. I do not want the heat. And even if it's like not genuine at all, it's like there are people out there in different communities that are like, I'm going to get on this shit and I'm going to make them feel like the internet's against them and this is the fucking end of their career. Yes. I think I've been surprised by how much it's stayed. There are a lot of things, Ethan as an example, there are a lot of things to like mock him about, bring up, make him look stupid, all this sort of shit. Like the fucking tattoos are insane. Like I really like wanted to goof and rag on this guy, especially in the first video, but I'm like, this is so not like what I really care about. It just feels, you know, mean-spirited. And I held back a lot. I deleted a lot from my fucking timeline where I'm like, this really is not it. At least for me. I know that a lot of people who dislike Ethan would probably be like, oh, you're deleting the gold, you know, the juicy stuff. But ultimately, it just didn't feel right to me. Maybe in the future, I'll feel like, I mean, and I am kind of being validated a little bit because I'm realizing like, oh yeah, like Ethan is like fucking posting on his stories, like fucking, he's like trying to make memes. Like he's trying to do all these, like he's trying to appeal to like incels on the internet and shit. And I'm like, oh, like that's what the fight is. Like I didn't even realize we were at that level. So I don't know. I think I went in expecting something like a little bit more, you know, a gentleman's game, you know?
Yeah.
But nah, it's just fucking throwing shit, which is, you know, it has its place.
Yeah, I mean, the fact you're talking about the instinct, or you pulling back on your more surface level, more like edgier and less substantive critiques, I think that speaks to a certain level of growth where you make that video 5 years ago, it looks way different. You're talking about that fucked up tattoo for way longer than you would need to talk about the politics of the situation. And it does feel great to do that. Like when you're writing something, should I play a little GeoGuessr? Yeah, I'm super down.
I mean, I'm also, I'm good to debate. I'm good to talk shit. I'm good to, just talk about what's happening on Twitter, elsewhere.
What is happening
we
on
can talk
Twitter?
about we can talk about Ethan Klein's Instagram stories. We can talk about the Palestinian plight. We can talk about what my dog was doing today.
All sorts of good topics. I guess we'll start with something small like the Palestinian plight. When you were talking about it in the, I guess, video, you brought up the topic of like Israel Palestine in kind of through the lens of what Ethan was saying about it and how this group of creators were talking about it. I was wondering if there was much in that more political vein that you wanted to say and perhaps didn't talk about in the video intentionally, given the target audience, or like if that even was a intentional choice, or just to keep it focus more on the I guess the stuff with you and Ethan specifically, if that was like more the
Yeah,
goal.
that's a good question. Yeah, I think I'm still kind of trying to find my place on the internet, and I think I want to be productive, and I want to do things that I and speak on things that I care about. But I also know there's like different ways of doing that. I see videos like that you make, and a lot of the people that you've brought onto your stream, and something that I've noticed with a lot of your guys' stuff is that it's so information dense, and it isn't drama. It's like it's a little further down the funnel. And I feel like I might be a little bit more top of the funnel, and I really don't mind that. And I kind of want to, I think it's fine to be, to say free Palestine and also roll around in some of the drama slop. And I just think for some people who are a little bit more like, I don't know, apolitical or just like not really engaged, that a video like mine might be their first exposure to it potentially. And so I know that to not make some people fall asleep, it being on something that people obviously care about, a little bit more, I don't know, casually, it's the drama stuff. So that's the main reason. It's just like I want and oh, that's another reason as well. There's so many like well-educated people to speak on this, and I feel like I don't necessarily want people to get the the full scoop and the full bread from me. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's really hard, right? There's a lot of comments, and it seems like I got, like, from what I could tell, like a pretty even mixture, 50-50. Like some people are like, oh, this is way too like into politics. They thought the video, there's a lot of people who thought the video was too centered around Israel Palestine. I was like, well, that's, in my mind, that's crazy, because I felt like it was just the smallest touch of that. And then there were some people who said the exact opposite, and they were like, oh, this is just like, this is something that should have been addressed behind closed doors. Like, this is way like personal. This is your personal gripe or whatever that you're, making public. So I got a little bit of both. And I'm pretty satisfied with that, because I feel like that's probably the sweet spot. If people can say both of those things.
Yeah. You said you were still searching for a space on the internet, or a space with what you're making. Obviously, after you went woke, that has made it like you're in a new space that you have to navigate. And where are you at in that process now, since you went woke, and then also since the response to the content, the H3 video, maybe, if that's changed the trajectory at all?
Yeah, I think a lot of it for me is just like confidence, and just trying to feel good, feel proud, feel fucking energized, and like want to, roll around in the shit, clap back, and not feel like, not be so like, I guess, paralyzed that you're like fucking doing damage. And like, to be honest, I think just to have a little bit more purpose. And, I feel super jazzed up after this. And I hope this is just the beginning. I want that old unhinged IDubbbz energy, that kind of shit. And I kind of get what they're saying, and I think a lot of it is just generally having passion, and that coming through in the videos. So, yeah, I think it's a process, but I think this was a big step for me. To say fucking enough's enough, and also just realizing the the fallout and the consequences of that, because I think it's important. I think there's a lot more people who should be fucking, at least with Ethan specifically, like drawing the line, being like, fuck no, like you're not gonna talk about me like that online. You're not gonna rope me into your shit. And if because it's all also political. Everything's political. You have to acknowledge that element as well. I'm not gonna run away from that.
Yeah. When it comes to someone like, I guess I don't want to talk about Ethan too much, but
It didn't really didn't fulfill me, I think, in a better way. And I don't think it was like in line with what my purpose is. So yeah, I do think there is some necessity to it. And I do like the idea of these videos like holding people accountable, even if it's just the fear of like a video being made about you. It's kind of like, yeah, I mean, that looming threat of someone making a video about you is like, I think it's, for some people, maybe it doesn't mean much, but I think, until you're there, you really don't know what that feels like. I know a lot of friends, myself, you obviously, like, the fear of someone fucking doing a hit piece, or like just kind of going through your life, auditing your online life, is just kind of, yeah, that's a threat.
yeah, it's a threat. And then it's also, once it gets done, there's a potential snowball effect. And I know you've seen this, where somebody makes a video and immediately that person's friend and friends and friend group and map of content creators all make functionally the exact same video. And then it's like, oh, there's a monetary aspect of it that gets wrapped up into it. And then, I've been seeing it more and more with, I guess, people like you, people like Hassan. And I'm wondering, I guess, like you're saying, when you look back and identify the surface level critiques of someone like Ricegum that are just like very simplistic, like, oh, this shit is annoying and cringe, which it is. Are there trends you see now that, like, that's obviously stayed? How have you seen it like stay, and does that like motivate you to want to continue trying to have more of a political or more of a in-depth commentary, I guess?
Yes, I think I've been surprised by how much it's stayed. There are a lot of things, Ethan as an example, there are a lot of things to like mock him about, bring up, make him look stupid, all this sort of shit. Like the fucking tattoos are insane. Like I really like wanted to goof and rag on this guy, especially in the first video, but I'm like, this is so not like what I really care about. It just feels, mean-spirited. And I held back a lot. I deleted a lot from my fucking timeline, where I'm like, this really is not it. At least for me. I know that a lot of people who dislike Ethan would probably be like, oh, you're deleting the gold, the juicy stuff. But ultimately, it just didn't feel right to me. Maybe in the future, I'll feel like, and I am kind of being validated a little bit, because I'm realizing like, oh yeah, like Ethan is like fucking posting on his stories, like fucking, he's like trying to make memes. Like he's trying to do all these, like he's trying to appeal to like incels on the internet and shit. And I'm like, oh, like that's what the fight is. Like I didn't even realize we were at that level. So I don't know. I think I went in expecting something like a little bit more, a gentleman's game,
Yeah.
But
then
nah, it's
obviously you made a more mature decision, even though the video itself, I don't know, you can talk about the intended effect, because we talked a little bit about it before when you reached out for like commentary on the end of it. But I think probably for your intent, I don't know, he shit on the video for, I don't know, 12 hours and made a lot of content off of it. And I don't know, it seemed like not much of the points made any contact, which, it's like, okay, if that's going to happen anyways, what's the point in even trying to be civil about it?
Yeah.
But also, you did that for a reason. It sounds like you're standing on it because, that's it's not as important, and you know that.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to be part of change. And I think part of my thought process in making a video like this is like, well, I could fucking take heat from Ethan. Like I've been getting it from slot tubers for the past, I don't know, since Anise and I got together. So like, I don't mind being a lightning rod or being an additional lightning rod for like Ethan's ire. But I think I didn't really, I don't know. I guess I just didn't expect, I don't know, the commentary community as a whole to be so like fucking, I don't know, maybe they just don't think that there's like much in the way of views to get out of it, because I don't know, I look like there's so much fucking content coming out of that podcast, and I'm just like, yeah, this could literally be like an infinite back and forth. Like there is so much fucking footage to sift through. There's like and I can't believe that, the space is just like not really that interested in it. I don't know, it just surprises me.
Where do you want to see things go, like in your politics or in what you accomplish outside of wanting to make good videos? What is your kind of underlying motivations there?
I think I just want other people to feel like they can speak, that it won't be the end of the world. Like, I guess empowering. I would like to empower other people because, you know, I feel like, I mean, in some ways I felt that same way back when I made the Keemstar content cop, because Keemstar was being a total asshole on the internet, and he was a bit of a scary character. It's as soon as I made that video, people were like, "Oh, it's on," you know, they went after him, and I think that, you know, it did something. Yeah, I think I want more people to ride the fence a little bit less, and I know it's hard because, you know, you're giving up your, you know, the cushy seat that you're in, and it's, you know, it's really hard. I think there's a lot of like guys like you and me, just like fucking commentary white dudes who are like this, you know, they have a, you know, they have a pulse on what the internet feels, you know, what the what a lot of people are like, and you know, I think I just want them to be like, yeah, I have enough fucking clout, I have enough money, I can start taking some fuccking risk and say, you know what, I don't fucking agree with this shit, you know, like I would be very happy with that, you know, the fucking Asmongold's, the Moist Criticals, the Oompavilles, I don't know, there's a lot of them out there. Say something. Oh, that was another thing. Yeah, like the choice to have Hassan in the video, that's another thing that I noticed in the comments is I think there are so many people, like that was a very active choice on my part. I was like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, you're such a bitch for having this guy in your video. And I'm like, no, I think I would be a major bitch if I didn't take a fucking stand and had this guy in my video. Because I think a lot of them come from this place of like, you need to appeal to the most like wild, you need to cast your net so fucking wide. And I think the expectation was like, be on your own island. Do not like, you know, you should be afraid of associating with these people. And I didn't want to do that because I think that is like, that's super weak in my mind. I'm like, no, I fucking agree with a lot of the things that these creators have to say. Like to disinclude them would be just a fucking wimp move.
Factor,
yeah.
Where like, I'm sure many comments of people saying like Hassan included L, like you are now anything from communist to terrorist to like just cringe. And I don't know, I think a lot of the conflicts that's happened in the last 6 months to a year, it seems like has been from people that kind of maybe they care about things and they want to make things better and they have convictions, or at least they try to, and people that don't and either want to make money or are very stupid and don't care at all about the things they're talking about and about the people they're criticizing. And it's bizarre seeing that happen over the last year, where it's like these conflicts keep happening with people like Asmongold or Ethan or Mutahar or any of these people that just I think personally are quite dumb and they don't really care. And like maybe there's some part of them that has some like political convictions buried deep within, you know, material incentives and not actually caring and wanting to, I guess, you know, audience capture like you were talking about. But it just feels it feels like just way too, this is about me, this is about how I feel about that person, and this is about this like one-to-one interaction rather than the bigger picture of like what they're trying to say and how you're trying to engage in the content. Because, you know, that's just, you don't like a guy, you want to see him get shit on. It doesn't really matter the reason they're shitting on him. It could be political and they could be wrong in heinous ways, or it could just be this guy fucking looks weird and he sucks, and it doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is I think the common defense from the other side would be something along the lines of like, don't use charity as a shield. But I think they completely missed the point that it's like, it's not a shield. It's just like, hurt me as much as you want. You know, it's basically saying like, you do not have a case. You are not winning. You are not hurting me. So you're trying to find other ways to hurt me. You are like, you're kind of by attacking this other thing, by triangulating this other thing, you are proving that nothing's working, you know?
Yeah.
And
oh man.
I mean, that's the way I see it. I don't, you know, I don't want to give it too much like time and attention, but yeah, it is fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I see a through line of what you're talking about using something as a shield, when the shield is a good thing, but Israel-Palestine using a genocide to deflect from criticism. Like, stop doing that, because you're using it in a way that like you don't actually care about it. You're only doing this thing because you want to protect yourself, or only doing this thing because you want to get away with being naughty online. And it's like, how, for the average person, how fucking insane do you sound that you're going through making some type of big charity event, or going through and just like advocating against the most obviously immoral thing that's happened so clearly in front of all of our eyes in a very long time, just saying that that's bad and that the people doing that need to be held accountable. Is somehow these people are able to frame that as like, oh, you're just talking about that because you want to be, you know, you want to like, you want to
They're mad because
wear...
it's a way
like,
to